Hey there rebels, welcome to Throwback Thursday Vlogs. My name is Sergio. I'm an Extinction Rebellion activist. I've been arrested 11 times in the past year and a bit, and I actually vlogged a lot of my experiences throughout most of my arrest last year. So every Thursday there's going to be a new vlog from that vlogging session, which I was always like too busy to do anything about. But anyway, I've got a little bit of time now. So this is my vlogging channel, and I expect this every Thursday for a few months. Just to preface this, so I actually started vlogging like a little bit before this, but I can't find the things, but it doesn't really matter because my first arrest I have here, the vlogging experience from that. So in this first clip I'm talking about an action that didn't go ahead because like there was something else happening. That's a lie. We were so close to doing that action. The first little photo here is a clip of me, about a minute before I would have been hanging off a bridge, which never went ahead because things got things got a bit hectic. We didn't block the road properly, and so we had to basically ditch pretty quick. So anyway, this is my first arrest with Extinction Rebellion. I hope you enjoy.
Yo, it's the next afternoon. We decided to do it at a different time, do the action, so looks like I won't be getting arrested this week. That's because there was a different Extinction Rebellion group in Australia that was going to be doing something at the same time, and we did bad communication, but we'll get better at it. And yeah, I went to see the movie, what was it, 2040? It's alright, it's got some good stuff in it. We definitely need to, the fossil fuel lobbies and that kind of stuff, can be a bit hard to dismantle. And the systematic change we need will require a lot more than sort of like tree planting and decentralized grids. There's a really good ideas, and are part of the transition to a sort of sustainable future, I guess, for everyone. But yeah, we need a rebellion. There's no two ways about it. They haven't done anything, and they don't plan on doing anything. The government is complicit in this, so time for a rebellion. But yeah, I won't be getting arrested this week, unfortunately, but I'll still try to take you through some more stuff. I think there's a Stop Adani rally tomorrow, I think, so that'll be good. Yeah. I'm at home now, and I'm going to take my dog for a walk. Hey Billy, do you want to go for a walk, darling? Billy, gonna go for a walk? Oh, you little sausage, yeah. Oh, little sausage. It's a walkie time. It's time to go for a walk. Are you excited? Billy! Billy, come on! Billy, come on! Come on, Billy, come on! Come on! Come on! Come on now, come on! Oh, it's a little kitty Joe. It's a little kitty Joe.
This one's running over the cougar eye. No, it's right.
I am a very privileged little boy.
Meltdown. When a road own children's future is currently set to an unimaginable catastrophe, it is our job to really allow ourselves to feel the grief and then to ask how we intend to act. This is a big shift in our consciousness, and is one that moves us away from the narcissistic culture of consumerism. What do I need? How can I hold on to my wealth? How can I protect my family? It moves towards accepting that this is a time of grief, but that we can still appreciate beauty. We can still keep ourselves in good shape for the task required of us. It asks us to step into a service and be willing to do the things that just might make a difference.
Yo, Rebels, this is the next week. And, you know, everything is, you know, all systems go. It's all about to hit the roof, you know what I mean? So, welcome to another week of Extinction Rebellion. It's the day before. I've got to be up in 5 hours. I just finished the media release that I send to journalists. And I told my mum stuff so she can see the live stream or something. Koalas and humans unite to rebel against extinction. I reckon that's a pretty good vibe. Should be exciting. I'm going to refuse bail. What that means is... Sorry, I'm talking quietly, it's 12:30. What that means is that they're going to keep me in the cell until the next time I can see a magistrate. So hopefully that's the next day, but it could be days. Yeah, hopefully not too long. That'll be shit. But you know, this is because, you know, we are supposed to be not complying with the government, you know, like that's part of the rebellion's declaration of rebellion. And yeah, it's like they can do whatever they want to me. You know, this is the right thing to do. And I know that in my heart more than I know many things about the world. I'll see you tomorrow.
Police and commuters have slammed the actions of protesters who brought City Peak Hour to a standstill by supergluing themselves to a pedestrian crossing. A global activist group is behind the stunt, and we're being warned more protests are planned.
Dressed as a rabbit, sprawled across a zebra crossing, surrounded by police, the man and woman refused to budge, forcing people around their metal lockbox and hands, which are superglued to Queen Street.
We are trying to slow down business as usual because business as usual equals death.
There's no respect. These people have no respect.
Emergency services using chemicals to dissolve the glue, a 3-hour process.
It's a ridiculous waste of our resources. I don't think it does their cause any good in relation to getting the public on side.
While I do support anti-Adani causes, I feel this is possibly a really silly way to go about it.
Standing by the pair, members from activist group Extinction Rebellion, a global movement fighting climate change inaction by governments.
System change, not climate change!
In Edinburgh, 8 hours earlier, protesters pulled the exact same stunt. The Queensland arm now showing its hand, following the decision by the state government to approve the Indian-owned Adani coal mine.
The anti-Adani protesters do need to move on.
I just think everyone needs to be respectful.
The protesters warn this is just the start of what's to come, with more civil disobedient protests like this one planned for the coming weeks and months ahead.
Very sorry that people feel that they've been impacted. I personally feel very sorry for people who are dying from lack of drinking water in Bangladesh right now because of global warming.
For their troubles, the man and woman have been charged with public nuisance offences.
The Australian government has been complicit in the planning of our genocide. Systematically murder everyone.
Rob Morrison, 9 News.
An activist has been fined but avoided a conviction after he superglued himself to Queen Street to protest against climate change yesterday morning. The magistrate described Eric Herbert as an armchair revolutionary. Tristan Vorius reports.
Eric Herbert was offered watch house bail yesterday when he was arrested and listed to appear in court next month, but he refused to sign those bail papers out of protest, meaning he had to be kept in the cells overnight and bringing his court appearance forward to today. The 19-year-old and another female activist superglued themselves to the pedestrian crossing near Post Office Square at 7:30 yesterday morning. It took 3 hours for police to remove them from the road, causing massive traffic delays. Just before Herbert was sentenced, he told the magistrate he didn't care what punishment he got because it wouldn't stop him from doing it again. She called him an armchair revolutionary and fined him $550, but spared him a conviction.
The Australian people must take serious action on climate now. The time has ran out. The time is not for signing petitions. The time is for disrupting business as usual, because business as usual equals death.
Fellow activist Daniel Craig Heggie was there to support him and also faced court himself for raiding an abattoir near Warwick in April. He was fined $330 and a conviction was recorded. Herbert's co-accused, who also allegedly superglued herself to Queen Street, did sign the watch house bail papers and will face court next month.
Climate change protesters in Brisbane have superglued themselves to the road in Brisbane CBD. Brendan Smith joins me now live. Brendan, what are the activists protesting exactly?
Well, Tom, they're keen to get climate action and climate action now from the federal government. They're saying climate inaction is forcing so many people onto the streets to act out against it, fearing that the world could come to an end if something isn't done straight away. There have been 2 people here, a man and a woman, since around 7:30 this morning, using some sort of lock-in device, which is where both of their hands are linked in a pipe, and that pipe was glued to the crossing here. There are multiple police officers, fire and ambulance here trying to get them off the road. There are a number of activists here as well protesting against the government's climate inaction, including the approval of the Adani mine in central Queensland. They say the activism will continue. I had a chat to Greg Rolls earlier. Here's what he had to say.
We need our governments to declare a climate emergency, and we need full-scale mobilisation to draw down of fossil fuel emissions like we saw similar to World War II.
As you can imagine, this has caused absolute traffic chaos here in Queen Street in the peak hour moments. It started at 7:30. As I say, they are still here now, and they say they don't fear being arrested, and they will continue to resist against the federal government if something isn't done immediately when it comes to climate action.
From being stuck on the road to stuck in a cell.
This is a rebellion.
Eric Herbert, a climate change activist with no regrets or regard for the law.
We are rebelling against extinction. We will not cooperate with the government.
Nor with the police. It took them 3 hours to remove him and his co-accused from a Queen Street pedestrian crossing, superglued, stuck fast during peak hour.
The time is for disrupting business as usual, because business as usual equals death.
He didn't have to spend the night in the watch house, but he refused to sign bail papers out of protest.
I will not comply with a government that plans on murdering its citizens. That is disgusting to me.
The 19-year-old lives at home, has no job and isn't studying. Herbert told the magistrate he didn't care what the punishment was, it wouldn't stop him from doing it again. She called him an armchair revolutionary and fined him $550. Supporter and fellow activist Daniel Craig Heggie was fined $330 for storming an abattoir near Warwick in April and taking 3 sheep.
If people saw the footage of what transpired in that slaughterhouse, and if these were dogs or cats, I think we would be outraged as a nation.
Strong beliefs getting them into sticky situations. Tristan Vorius, 7 News.
Hello, rebels. I just got out of jail, well, whatever, the watch house thing. I just did the action. Not sure, yeah. So it was a contraption where we superglued this hand to the road, and then this hand was in a metal pipe attached where I was linked with another person doing the same thing opposite me. It was in the centre of Brisbane's central business district, in one of the busiest streets during rush hour, started at 11:30. So I got heaps of fucking media, apparently it's the most media we've ever gotten, so that's really exciting. It's the next day now. I'm just out now because I refused bail, I refused to eat or drink. in the watch house because I'm in rebellion against the government, because I will not comply with a government that is trying to murder its people. I think that's not acceptable. And so yeah, I won't comply. So I answered no questions, signed no forms, and ate or drank nothing. I went to the courthouse the next morning, where I was had a pretty funny magistrate actually. She loved it. She was saying like stuff like, oh, you know, yeah. She asked like why I refused bail, and I told her that, you know, I'm not complying with the government, and she's like, you know, so yeah, you know, like a real revolutionary person. I forgot what she said exactly, but it was pretty funny. Like, she liked me a lot, and I got to, you know, say like, I don't care what punishment I get because nothing will stop me from doing this again, which is really good. And so yeah, I got $550 fine, which is pretty low. That's very good. And no conviction recorded, so it's not on my record, which is very exciting. I mean, I wouldn't really care anyway. So that's good. And yeah, like there was fucking like 5, or I don't know, there was at least 5 like big fucking cameras waiting for me as I came out at around 2:30 that day, because paperwork and stuff takes a while to process for me to get out. So yeah, I got to, you know, talk to some media directly, which was a bit fun. And yeah, just had a few ciggies and a Red Bull, and I got some beer in the fridge. You know, time to relax now. Time to enjoy the storm that, you know, the media storm that we've created. It's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, like the cool thing about that is like me refusing bail and all that kind of stuff is like I could go out and do the same thing today. You know, it's been the next day, right? So it's like that's a pretty good tactic in terms of like just causing as much disruption as possible. People are not signing bail, being processed, you know, within the next day, and they can just go do it again. Like that's a very good tactic in my opinion for mass mobilisation actions. You know, you can just fucking fill up the prisons. Like I reckon, you know, Brisbane's City Watch House could only fucking host like 100 people, and you know, we're planning on getting way more than that arrested in a day. So yeah, easy as, man. Yeah, it was fucking weird, dude. So like I didn't answer any questions, right? So they, you know, put me in the holding cell, and then they bring me up to the sergeant. I got to put my hands behind my back and all this kind of stuff, you know. And yeah, I just didn't say anything, you know, because I have I have the right to remain silent. Yeah, so I didn't. And then, you know, he asked all these questions like, oh, you know, have you ever considered suicide, and have you drank alcohol in the last 24 hours, all this kind of stuff, you know. Because yeah, anyway. And anyway, so yeah, I didn't answer anything. So, oh, okay, since we don't know anything about you, I'm gonna have to fucking put you in a, like, pretend you're suicidal, pretty much. And, you know, big red suicidal stamps like all over my fucking thing. And I had to like take all my clothes off and wear this like huge t-shirt. Like it was, I could fit like 3 of me in that, I swear to God. I literally had to like hold it together to like, cause like the yeah, anyway, it was a bit interesting, so whatever. But I mean, ultimately, like, it's fine. Like, it's just a bit boring, you know, like you're wondering what's happening on the outside, you know, you're thinking about, you know, I don't know, dinner or something like with your friends. But yeah, no, totally worth it. Really good results. Yeah, so hopefully let's get arrested again. I plan on it very soon, so I guess I'll take you through that as well. Now I'm gonna call my mum and say, I love you. Did you see what I did? Do you think I did good? Love me, please.
Hope you enjoyed. I got a lot better at vlogging after this one. There's another action next week, and yeah, next Thursday there'll be another vlog, and it's a fun one. See you then, and stick around to hear some very appropriate, heartfelt, and very good singing. It's really great. Check it out.
But you're not made this way. You only think about today. I want, and it goes
about now. This is so sad.
Join in the fight. And you won't join in the fight. 'Cause you've got to live your life. It's a more important fact. And let it flow, and it flows over me. It flows over me. It flows over me. It flows over me. That I will probably see the end of humanity. And what will that mean? Probably the end of everything. 'Cause don't fool yourself. When the shit comes, you won't last a month.
Dude, your kids and family will die in this tragedy, like. That rhymes too.
Your kids and family will die in this tragedy. Let that flow over me. Yeah, like a slowly running creek. As I sit and see the end of humanity. So when will you start to squeak? Or are you really that weak? Fuck you, you fucking cunts. I wish you would all fucking die. If I could think of advice, I'd definitely release it tonight. Let that flow over me. Let that flow.
Did you call the courier people?
Guys, yeah, it was really good, wasn't it, guys?
Pardon?
The call was good, eh?
Oh, yeah, it was so good.